I knew something was off the moment I saw her, barefoot, crying, and digging through a trash can behind the diner. Not for food. For her mother-in-law's medication. I swear to you, I almost walked past her. Almost. My name's Daniel, and I work night shifts at a small grocery store in Spring Hill, Mississippi. It's one of those towns people only stop in when they're lost or running from something. One rainy Thursday night, I stepped out back for a smoke and spotted a woman, young, probably mid-20s, soaked, trembling, and picking through garbage. Not for herself. She was whispering over and over, "Come, please be here. We need that bottle. God, please." I didn't call the cops. I brought her inside. Her name was Ray. She and her mother-in-law, Mary, had just come back from Atlanta. Her husband, Naomi's son, had passed away after getting laid off and turning to construction work under the table. Wrong place, wrong scaffold. Gone in a second. Turns out, Ray could have stayed in Atlanta. Her family offered to help her get back on her feet. But Mary? She had nobody. Just a busted hip, a trailer she couldn't afford, and a broken heart. So Ray left everything behind. Her job, her apartment, her friends. She followed Mary back to Spring Hill, because if I promised to love him, then I gotta honor the people who made him. I'd never heard loyalty like that. Not in real life. They were broke. The kind of broke where you skip meals so your elder can eat. But Ray didn't beg. She worked the fields behind the local produce stand, Mrs. Lily's farm, picking what folks left behind after harvest. Leftovers. Scraps. That's where Mr. Bo saw her for the first time. Now, Bo wasn't some rich, fancy man. He ran the farm, wore dusty boots, and still drove his dad's old truck. But he had money. And respect. People listened when Bo talked, and his name opened doors around here. But he was also the most guarded man I've ever met. Lost his wife 3 years ago in a hit and run. He hadn't been the same since. So when he saw Ray bent over in that field, working like her life depended on it, he didn't say much. Just left extra produce in the back corner. Slipped her bottled water in the shade. Gave her a spot to sit if you need to rest. That's all. But we all saw it. And Ray? She noticed too. One day, Bo invited her to the community barbecue he hosted every year. She didn't want to go, said she had nothing to wear and didn't belong in his world. But Mary made her go. Told her to wear the blue dress and to just be kind. At that barbecue, something shifted. Bo stood by the grill, but his eyes never left Ray. When she laughed, he smiled. When she helped a kid clean up spilled juice, he looked at her like she hung the stars. After that night, Bo started leaving notes in her produce bags. Thanks for working so hard. Hope Mary's feeling better. You're not invisible. Then one Sunday after church, Bo asked Mary if he could walk Ray to the car. I watched from across the lot as he handed Ray a small envelope. Inside was a job offer. Full-time. With benefits. And a quiet little note that said, "I don't want to save you. I want to stand beside you." They started dating slow. Real slow. Folks talked. Said Ray was just another woman chasing a good man's wallet. But they didn't see what I saw. They didn't see the way she looked at him like he was a sunrise she didn't think she'd ever deserve. 1 year later, under the giant oak behind Mary's trailer, Bo got down on one knee. "I don't care where you came from. I care who you stayed for." Now, every time I see Ray and Bo walk into the store with their baby girl wrapped up in that blue blanket, I remember that rainy Thursday night. Love didn't just show up. It grew in broken places. Moral? Don't sleep on the girl digging through trash for her mother-in-law's pills. She might just end up running a farm, and your whole heart. If this story hit you right in the gut, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more real stories inspired by the old truths we've almost forgotten. 2 weeks before their wedding, someone slid an envelope under Bo's door. Inside, a photo of Ray hugging her ex in the Walmart parking lot. I thought that was the end. But I was wrong. Let me tell you something most people won't. When real love shows up, fake people panic. After Bo and Ray got engaged, folks lost their minds. Why her? She's a nobody from nowhere. She's just after your money. Didn't she live in her car once? I heard it all. And I wasn't even them. Bo had this cousin, Trevor, grew up on the same farm. Always thought he would take over the business one day. Truth is, he was in line until Bo took it over after their granddad died. Trevor never let that go. And when Bo got with Ray, Trevor got bold. He told anyone who would listen, "She's playing him. Just wait. She'll show her true colors." And then one day the envelope came. A photo. Grainy. Poor quality. But there it was, Ray hugging some guy outside Walmart. Long hug. Way too long for comfort. She looked emotional. Bo didn't say anything for a whole day. He just worked the fields like usual. Didn't call her. Didn't show up for dinner. Didn't even text. The whole town held its breath. But then, around sunset, he showed up at my store. I asked, "You okay?" He said, "I know her heart. That's all that matters." Turns out, the ex in the photo? It was her cousin Jay. He just got out of rehab. They hadn't spoken in 5 years. She bought him groceries and prayed with him in the parking lot. That's it. But here's the twist. The photo was taken by Trevor. He followed her, set her up, tried to ruin the one good thing his cousin had. And when Bo found out, he didn't throw fists. He didn't call the police. He just drove to Trevor's house and dropped off the deed to the West Field, the one Trevor always wanted, and said, "Take it, but don't ever come near my family again." And that was that. After the wedding, things didn't magically get easier. Ray struggled with self-worth. She didn't like being in the spotlight, always worried folks were judging her. But he had trust scars from the past. Every time Ray left town to visit Mary's sister in Georgia, he had to battle his own demons to believe she'd come back. But they talked. They fought fair. They listened. Some nights, I'd see them sitting on the porch in total silence, just holding hands like the world was loud and they needed the quiet. And I'll never forget the night their baby girl got sick. High fever. Scary quiet. Ray was in full panic mode. She kept crying, "I can't lose another person." Bo held her and said, "Then we'll sit in the fire together until it passes." That baby pulled through. And so did they. So yeah, people tried to break them. Jealousy tried to infect them. Insecurity tried to sink them. Family tried to shame them. The past tried to haunt them. But love didn't move. It didn't flinch. It didn't run. It rooted. If this story reminded you that real love can survive anything, hit that like button. And if you've ever been doubted, betrayed, or told you weren't enough, drop a comment in the comments section to let the world know you're still standing. Don't forget to subscribe for more real-life folk tales that remind us of the power of love, loyalty, and the people who choose us when the world doesn't. I still have nightmares about that scream. It was Ray's, and it shattered the quiet morning like a bullet, because someone had taken their baby. It was a Sunday, the kind of morning where the sun comes up soft and the town still smells like dew and baked biscuits. Ray had just dropped off a peach cobbler at my store. Said she and Bo were finally settling in, thinking about trying for a second baby. I told her, "Girl, you already got the love story folks dream of. Don't be greedy." She laughed. It was the last time I'd hear her laugh for weeks, because later that same day, their daughter, Hope, was gone. Bo had gone out to fix the fence behind the barn. Ray ran inside to grab a phone charger. Less than 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. And when she came back, Hope's tricycle was tipped over on the driveway, and the gate was wide open. The whole town locked down. Every hand was on deck. Cups, neighbors, dogs, drones. Bo didn't sleep. Ray didn't eat. For 24 hours, nobody knew where she was. Until a note was found taped to Mary's front porch. "You should have never come back. This is what happens when you steal what was mine." And that's when it clicked. Trevor. That bitter cousin. The one Bo gave land to just to keep peace. Turns out, the deed wasn't enough. He'd filed bankruptcy 2 months later. Lost everything. Blamed Bo. Blamed Ray. Said they took what was his. So he took Hope. I'll never forget Bo's face when they kicked in the door to the old hunting cabin outside town. He looked like a man possessed, like a father who'd fight God himself to get his baby back. And inside, there she was. Tied up, crying, but alive. And Trevor? He was about to light the match. No lie. He had gasoline, matches, tears running down his face. He wasn't trying to hurt the baby, at least not in his twisted mind. He was trying to punish them, scar them. Like they scarred me, he kept screaming. But what stopped him wasn't the cops or Bo's fists. It was Ray. She didn't rush him, didn't scream. She walked right into that cabin, hands up, face soaked in tears, and whispered, "You can burn the house. You can take everything from us. But please, not our child. Please, don't make her carry your pain." Trevor dropped the match and fell to the floor, sobbing. After that day, things weren't the same. Ray stopped smiling in public for a long time. Bo didn't let hope out of his sight for more than a few minutes at a time. But they didn't break. They leaned harder into each other. They prayed more, loved deeper, sat on that porch every night and thanked God for one more day. And one evening about a year later, Bo gave Ray a wrapped box. Inside, a tiny gold bracelet with one word engraved. Still. She looked confused. He said, "We're still standing. Still here. And I still choose you. So if you made it this far, I want you to remember something. This love story wasn't soft. It wasn't perfect. It was tested, burned, attacked, betrayed. But it survived. Because love doesn't just feel. It fights. If this story moved you, drop a heart in the comments and tell us, what would you do for love? Smash that like button if you believe in love that refuses to die. And subscribe for more real stories based on ancient truths, modern hearts, and the kind of love the world needs more of.